Yes, I am finally back after a 4-month absence. There was a lot of reasons why I wasn't making videos, but a lot of them are irrelevant to this video, and I just want to get straight into the review. But I will say that I didn't watch too much wrestling over the past couple of months, and that was a large reason why I didn't feel the need to make a video, or specifically a review, which I mainly do on this channel anyway. So with that being said, let's get straight into the review. I'm going to be reviewing Chikara's Eye to Eye event that occurred on September 18th in Baltimore, Maryland. Let's get into it. The opening match was Delirious versus Equinox. This was really just an adequate match. It was still an entertaining match and a good way to start off the show, but I didn't really find that it picked up above that average level, and really, I couldn't really notice anything that really set it apart and put it into that good range. But still, it was an entertaining match, and I'm not the biggest Jimmy Olsen or Equinox fan, but he still did okay here, and Delirious is Delirious, so this was okay. Up next was Fist versus the Soul Touches. This match was amazingly entertaining. The in-ring stuff was great. There was a promo before the match with the Soul Touches that was just, it was really, really good. Fist is Fist. Of course, Akuma recently kicked out of Fist by Chuck Taylor and Icarus, with Johnny Gargano replacing Akuma. This is the first time I saw this version of Fist, and from what I could tell, they really worked well in the ring together, so that was good. As for the actual match details, there were some really exciting spots. I don't want to give too much away, but there was a sequence near the end with Willie Richardson pouncing every member of Fist, and that was really cool. I don't want to give any spoilers away as with my previous reviews, but this was just a highly entertaining match with good in-ring work. Up next was Helios versus Brody Lee. Obviously, Helios being the smaller in stature in comparison to the monster Brody Lee. This added a really interesting aspect to the match. You know, Helios hitting all of his usual but amazing aerial flippy offense against Brody Lee's power moves. It was it was more back and forth than you would expect it to be. A match between, you know, these two guys with such drastic size comparisons, but still, it was a really fun, enjoyable match. Next up was The Unstable versus Incoherence versus the Osirian Portal versus Obarion and Kodama. This was my first time seeing Obarion and Kodama. I think Obarion was a participant in this year's Young Lions Cup tournament, but from what I could tell, they were a solid team, and as for the actual match, this was a solid effort by all teams. It was a lot of back and forth action, but what really improved the overall pace of the match was when the last two teams, when the match got down to the last two teams. That seems like when the match really improved, and where kind of where you would expect it actually to improve. And this match didn't disappoint. It was a fairly good match. I wouldn't say it was great. I wouldn't, you know, give it too much. I wouldn't want to overrate it, but it was an okay to good match. Following that was Eddie Kingston versus Pink Ant. Of course, Pinky Sanchez. You might expect this match to be a beatdown, but it was a little bit more back and forth than what I expected it to be. You know, for the most part, Eddie Kingston did dominate, but Pink Ant would get in several moves every now and then, maybe put a hold on Eddie Kingston and slow it down. But overall, Eddie Kingston would just always fight back with a huge power move and basically just sway the match in his favor. This match was good. It was really enjoyable. You know, always Eddie Kingston, you know, it's a real treat to see him on Chikara shows. You know, you don't see him much around in other places right now anyway, or, well, I don't know, maybe other people have seen him in other promotions, but I haven't really seen him around too much right now. You know, he's not in CZW, he's not in ROH, so I pretty much go to Chikara to see Eddie Kingston, really. But the finish to this match was really, really sick. Just an overall enjoyable match. Next up, we got Tim Donston, Lince Dorado versus Mike Quackenbush and Jigsaw. This was, as you might expect, very fast-paced, a lot of awesome moves, too many to name, really. Mike Quackenbush and Jigsaw hit stereo dives to the outside near the end. Just really, really entertaining. Very, very good match that which you would expect really from Mike Quackenbush and Jigsaw. But Tim Donst, he's improved a little bit from the last time I've seen him, and I don't really dislike the guy, but he's not my favorite either. Lince Dorado, I like him. I think he's a good wrestler. He can hit something that doesn't look quite right every now and then, but still, I don't really think it detracts from his talent. So overall, this match was just really, really good. Following that, we got one of the main attractions or draws to this show in Manami Toyota versus Daisy Hayes. And yes, I have a bit of a confession to make. I've never actually seen a Manami Toyota match. So yes, this was my first viewing of her, and what an introduction it was. This match was awesome. Just to start out by saying that, without a doubt, one of the best women's matches I've ever seen, ever. The beginning of the match was mainly Manami Toyota putting Daisy Hayes through a ringer of holds, and just sickening holds that she put her through. One of the holds, they didn't really have a good view of it, but if they had a side view, it looked like she was just breaking her in half. It was sick. But as for the rest of the match, it was just really... Well, for the first portion, Daisy Hayes didn't get much offense in. It didn't look like she was going to get much in, but after a certain point, it did become more of a back-and-forth affair, and that really improved the match, in my opinion. But this match was a lot more than I expected. I didn't think... I didn't know. I didn't know what to anticipate. I'd never seen Toyota before, but this really lived up to any expectations that people who went to this show, the reports that people put out. This was just an awesome, amazing women's match. Without a doubt, just great, great stuff. And after that, we got the main event, which was Claudio Castagnoli and Aries of the BDK versus 3.0. Before this match, we got quite possibly one of the greatest promos I've seen in a very, very long time. In the beginning, it seemed like a very ordinary promo. When they left, you just wanted to see the match. It worked perfectly. Just great stuff. And as for the actual match, the match during the first two falls was fairly average. It wasn't bad, but I wasn't enjoying it as I expected to. But when it got down to the third and final fall, and the Chikara locker room emptied, is when things really picked up and got heated. Turns out I really enjoyed this match. The near falls worked so good here. Just really good execution. Overall, I really liked this match. It was still a lot better than what I expected it to be. It turned out being a good match. So overall, my thoughts on the show. Obviously, you can tell that I enjoyed it. There were several very, very good matches, with one truly great match, I think, in the women's match. Overall, this is the thing with Chikara. I'm not going to base it solely on, what star ratings or whatever I would give the matches, I'm not going to do that. But my overall enjoyment of this show was just outstanding. I really, really liked this show. So overall, if I had to put a number on it, I'd probably give it a 7.75. I'd highly recommend it. I'd say go to smartmarkvideo.com and order it right now. I'm glad I made the purchase, and I would definitely tell anybody else who was kind of on the fence to go for it. So I'll probably have a review of the September 19th show in Brooklyn next. I'm not sure if I'm going to have that ready soon or not, but till next time, I'll see you guys later.